Hey everyone, R2 here, Rebecca Robinson, coming to you with another video about prospecting and lead generation. So in the first video, we talked about using voice messages instead of traditional dialing to get in touch with your new prospects. And today we're going to talk about what do you do after you've sent the messages. So essentially, we're looking at what kind of responses we get. And for the most part, you're going to have three different categories of responses. The first response is going to be that people have not even seen the message. So most people don't have a way to tell that when using email. But if you're using any kind of application like Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or Viber or even LinkedIn, because LinkedIn now has voice message capabilities as well, you actually have the ability to see if somebody's even listened to your message. So some people will just not listen to it for whatever reason. Maybe they don't use that particular app that often, in which case you might want to try them on another one. So if you've sent them a message on WhatsApp and you know that they haven't seen it, you could try sending the same message over on Facebook, let's say, and perhaps they'll get it quicker there. The next group, though, is a little precarious. They're the group that see the message. You can tell that they have listened to the message, but they have chosen not to reply to you. So what I do want to point out in this group is that you should not take it personally. There are numerous reasons why somebody will not respond to your voice message. It could be that they heard it, they got distracted, then they forgot all about it. We're all busy these days, so don't worry about it. If they haven't replied, just move on and focus your time on the third category, which is the group of people that have heard your message and they've replied. So a lot of those people are going to reply right away with a message letting you know when they're available. But if they haven't, they're going to start engaging in a conversation with you most likely anyway, and then you can go from there. So remember that your reply back to them is going to depend on what it is that they've said to you. You have to use some common sense. Not everything is a generic response. You don't want to be acting like a robo-dialer or anything like that. But you're going to take the conversation from there. You want to just remember that you're using technology as a way to communicate with people, but essentially what you want eventually is to either get on a Zoom call with them or Skype, or you can do a video call through Facebook Messenger. Or get on a phone call. More beneficial if you're in the same city, of course, is to get together. That's the ideal, being able to get together in person, have a coffee, whatever it is you want to do to be able to get that person-to-person contact. Of course, if they've given you a time that's available and it doesn't work for you, that's okay. It just shows that they're ready to have a conversation with you. So then you just need to respond back with a time that works for you and get coordinated that way. So remember, the point of these contacts is to get engaged and find out what's going on with them. You want to find out what's going on in their life, and ultimately you want to find out where there is a need in their life for your product, or where there might be a need in the life of their friends and family and loved ones, maybe their coworkers, for your product. So that's kind of the purpose of it. So you don't want to start talking about your product right away. You want to wait until they're actually starting to ask you questions about how are you doing? What's new with you? At that point, you can actually say, hey, I'm working on a new project. I'm actually bringing a brand new product to market. It's revolutionary. There's nothing like it. I'm pretty excited about it. There's a lot of people having great results from using this product. So that's going to pique their curiosity. At that point, they should be asking you or starting to ask you questions. And once they start to ask you more than a couple of questions, that's when you can just politely say, you know what? I'd love to share more information with you. I'd love to send a link to a video for you to watch. It's going to be able to explain it a whole lot better than I am because our scientists have, participated in creating this video. Would it be okay with you if I sent you a link? You don't want to just shove it on them. You want to ask permission to be able to send that link. Of course, they're going to say yes. So you say, great. What is the best way for me to send this link to you? That way you're going to know, is email the best way? Is WhatsApp the best way? Is Facebook the best way? Because whatever means of communication you're using with them at that time might not be the best way for them to view a video. So make sure you're asking them that. If they give an email address to you, of course, repeat it back to them so you can make sure that you have the right coordinates, and then send off your information and make sure that you schedule a time to follow up with them. One last thing that's really important. As you start to send out these mass messages, for those of you who are in the Forensic Networker Nation, you're familiar with the forensic system. If you're not understanding that yet, or you're new to our business or new to the Forensic Networker Nation, you can do something even more simple than that to start. Get yourself a book. Mine says, Create Your Own Magic, which is what we're doing, right? And you can put your list in here every day of your 20 people you've contacted. That way you can do a new page for every day. That way you have the person's name, you have the response. If they said call you back on Wednesday, you can just shoot forward, create a day for 2 days later, and put in their name, and then you'll already know who you're going to start to contact in those next couple of days. The other great thing about having a book, if you're not into the forensic system, is that if you've got a page for every day and you get busy with life and you pick up this book on your kitchen table and you look at it and go, holy smokes, I haven't touched this in 4 days, then you know you're not really working your business and you got to get back into action. So, tried to keep this short. Hope it was beneficial to you all. I'd love to hear your feedback. Message me if you want some more clarity on any of the topics I talked about. And I look forward to sharing some little tidbits with you again soon. Have a great day.